Hey everybody, Jim the Tabletop Engineer here. This is not going to be a crafting video, but it is a video about a project that I am involved in. It is a new Kickstarter called Black Storm Realms. Black Storm is one word. Black Storm Realms is being published by a company called Jetpack 7. I've been doing some writing for Jetpack 7 for a couple years now. They produce some amazing content, and I'm not just saying that because I work for them. Their books are incredible content, and the artwork is absolutely phenomenal. If you have seen any of their artwork, you know what I'm talking about. But if you have not, you can just go Google them or go to jetpack7.com and check out the artwork. You're going to see what I'm talking about. But you know, artwork is just part of the equation. What we are doing, myself and my fellow writers at Jetpack 7, is we are creating a 5e resource that is going to do something that I don't think has been done before. I could be wrong, but let me take a step back and explain. So with Dungeons and Dragons, there are a lot of different realms that have been created over the years or decades. For those of us old school gamers, we'll know the names of like Greyhawk. Newer gamers who are playing 5e for the first time are probably already familiar with like the Sword Coast. But Wizards has a lot of different realms that that GMs can sort of play in and have their players play in. And then there are third-party realms that have existed. One of my favorite is from a company called Kobold Press. They have a world out there called, or a realm out there called Midgard, and it's just some really good stuff. But here's the thing. Most GMs, they tend to pick one realm, and that's where they play. That's their sandbox, okay? And they will buy resources from whatever companies they have, and they will take place in that realm that they are most familiar with. But what happens is there's all these other realms that have a lot of history, a lot of resource books. Some adventures take place in different realms than probably most players are currently playing in. And all of these resources are out there, but they're really, to date, there has not been a way for GMs to sort of consolidate all these realms, all these worlds into one sandbox. So that is what we're doing at Jetpack 7. Blackstorm Realms is going to allow GMs, not allow, it's going to give them the tools and mechanics that they need to take all of these realms that have ever existed in print form or just maybe on the internet, wherever, and throw them into the same universe. All right. Now, there have been some resources like Spelljammer that take place in outer space, like between the planets. We don't call them planets. We call them realms. A world is a realm. This book does not take place in a single planet or a single realm. It doesn't take place in a galaxy. We are going big. We are dealing with sort of like a universe setting here, okay? And what we're doing is we're giving GMs the backstory, the lore, the reasons for the existence of all of these worlds and the ways that players can move between them. Now, it's very easy for a GM to go, oh, this portal opens up and you can step through this portal into this other realm, right? And that's fine. A lot of GMs have done that. It's a bit railroady, in my opinion. So what we're doing with Blackstorm Realms is we have come up with a very large backstory that covers a significant part. Let's call it a galaxy, okay? Not a solar system. We'll call it a galaxy. And there are billions of planets, realms in this galaxy. And there are other galaxies out there. We're not going to limit the GM. But what it does, again, is it gives the GM a wider play area, a bigger sandbox. And it also gives them the ability to allow their players to move back and forth between all these different realms with reasonable explanations, with costs involved, maybe physical monetary costs or mental costs. There are a lot of different ways in this book that players are going to be able to navigate this large collection of realms. And we're hoping that players like what we've done. The brainstorming sessions that have taken years, and just various ideas have been played around with, and we finally have come out with the Kickstarter, and we have something to share with our players. Those of us who GM, we have something to share with our players that is actually in existence. All right, we're going to be able to provide some of this to backers well ahead of when the book publishes, so that you can kind of see what's going on and how things are developing. All right, so Blackstorm Realms is currently a Kickstarter. Now, I don't know when you're going to be watching this, but right now it is active, and we have achieved funding, the minimum funding to make it happen. So it's going to happen. So what we're doing now is we're taking those additional funds that come from more backers, and we are just going crazy with adding to this book, not just to the book itself, but also products that will surround it. We have some ideas for some adventures that will be made, that will take place with the idea of this Blackstorm Realms concept of a large sandbox and these mechanisms for moving between realms. We also have a lot of surprises for backers. As the funding increases, we're talking right now about some of the fun and new things that we can add to the book, or as extra accessories to the book. So this is just my way of letting you, all of my subscribers on YouTube, know that if you are not familiar with this Blackstorm Realms Kickstarter, please do go check it out. Again, yes, I am biased because I am working with Jetpack 7 on this, and I am doing some of the writing and creative stuff. But I have to tell you, it's a teamwork thing. There are a lot of writers and a lot of creative people involved in this, both on the text and story side and on the artwork side. And those of us involved in it are getting, behind the scenes looks. We know what's coming. We know some of the secrets and things like that. And it's just one of those projects that I sort of feel like I am so lucky to be a participant in. And I'm also very excited to see how the world reacts to it when the book is done and it gets out there in the hands of GMs and they get to use it. So all of the information that you need to get to the Kickstarter is going to be in the description below. Watch the video, read the comments, read the campaign notes, and make a decision if it's something that you would like to support. But whether you're a player or a GM, you're going to get some enjoyment out of the book. Players, be careful. There could be a lot of spoilers in this book if you ever decide to play in this sandbox. There is this overarching enemy and this like universal size war that's going on behind the scenes. And I don't want to give away any secrets, but it's there and it's pretty well known. And so the backstory and the lore and everything behind Blackstorm Realms has already been developed, and it's being further developed as we realize that we can do more and more with the funding we're receiving. So those of you who have backed Blackstorm Realms, thank you so much. I think you're going to be pleased. Obviously, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and you will be the ultimate judge of whether or not Jetpack 7 and the writing staff and the art staff produced something of value that you really can use in your own game. But I have to tell you, I think you're going to enjoy it. If you have not backed it and you're on the fence, again, please comment there. We can answer questions, and there's things that are going to be added as the project progresses, and we just have a lot of surprises ahead. Interestingly enough, this book is also going to open up a lot of doors for Jetpack 7 to do more projects down the line in this sandbox of ours. So definitely you're going to want to subscribe to the Jetpack 7 newsletter, which is, you can go to jetpack7.com and find out more about that, so you'll stay up to date on what we're doing. All right, that's all I have. This has really been one long commercial, but it's a commercial that I feel very strongly about because I've got 2 feet in this project, and I am writing along with my fellow writers and artists, and we are working hard to get you something that you're going to love. So again, all the information will be in the description below. I hope you will come check out Blackstorm Realms. I hope you will consider backing and supporting the project, and I thank you for your time. This is Jim, the Tabletop Engineer. Everybody, take care.